Why in the world would you want to pay a realtor to sell your home when you could sell it yourself for free, right? If you want to sell your home without an agent, then here's a step-by-step process on how to do just that. Hey there, this is Shayne Howland, ShowMeFloridaHomes.com. Before we get going, please hit that subscribe button and like this video so we can get more information to you and help spread it to other folks in the same manner. A little background. I have been a licensed real estate agent since 2001, long time, and I've worked in 2 states selling real estate and thankfully having sold hundreds of homes in up as well as in down markets. I absolutely think you need an experienced real estate agent with an aggressive marketing plan who thinks outside the box, and there's multiple reasons why, but that's not what this video is about. You just want to know how to sell your home without an agent. So today in this video, I'm actually and honestly going to tell you how to sell your home yourself. I'm not going to flip this video around into some sales pitch. You just want to know how to do it. So the golden question, why do people sell their house by owner? Well, because obviously the money. Most of the time, I have learned, however, that sometimes it may be a result of a bad experience in the past with a realtor, but most of the time I have found it really is about the money. So there is a lot of stress that can go along with selling a home. So be prepared, and getting a contract is actually the easy part most of the time. It's getting that contract to close that can be the challenge. So selling by owner might save you thousands, but doing it the wrong way could cost you way more than the commission you are trying to save, even if you get the home sold sometimes. So be aware. Step 1, first, you need to understand your current real estate market in your particular area. Take a look at recent sales of similar homes in your neighborhood to get a sense of pricing trends. Websites like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, Redfin, they can be great resources for this type of research. You can absolutely take a look at county tax records as well to see what homes have sold for. Make sure, though, to only pay attention to what homes have actually sold for, not pending or active home prices, because we don't know what they're going to sell for at this time. Step 2, set the right price. Pricing your home correctly is absolutely crucial. Use your market research to set a competitive price. Overpricing can lead to your home sitting and lingering around too long on the market while with little or possibly no activity, while underpricing can result in a loss of potential profit, and obviously nobody wants that. You might consider getting a professional appraisal for an accurate valuation. You can also check with a local real estate agent for comparable market analysis. You might get 2 or 3 opinions. Banks typically have an appraisal done and get multiple valuations on their assets by way of what's referred to as a broker price opinion, which is a little more detailed and generally more accurate, in my opinion, than just a regular CMA. Some agents can provide actual broker price opinions, again, different than a CMA, while others don't. If you have questions about broker price opinions, I have actually provided hundreds of them for years, and feel free to reach out anytime. Homes that have sold within the last generally 3 to 6 months are typically most important depending on your market conditions. Also pay attention to the proximity as well as similarities and differences to your home. I know what you're probably thinking. Well, we are going to put a high price on this home and we are going to put it up for sale and we're going to see what happens, right? I think I can get it myself and I don't need an agent, but I can tell you this. If you don't have the right price on your home, you're not going to get anybody looking at it in most cases, or your showings will be very limited. So if you're just going for a shot in the dark type scenario, then great, go for it. But you really need to make sure you have got the right price on your home. Step 3, prepare your home for sale. Your home needs to look its best to attract buyers. Start off by decluttering and depersonalizing each and every room take down your pictures. Go above and beyond to clean thoroughly and make any necessary repairs. And I mean clean, spick and span, bright, clean, neutral, and smelling good. Check those baseboards, look for dust on the ceiling, etc. Next, make sure your curb appeal is fantastic. Trim bushes, mow the grass, spread some mulch, plant some bushes, pressure wash the driveway or the home, possibly paint the exterior if needed. Make it pop and stand out. Staging your home can help buyers envision themselves living there. You don't need to hire a professional staging company in most cases, at least based on my experience. Just arrange furniture to highlight your home's best features and create a welcoming environment. Step 4, take high quality photos. Great photos are essential for online listings. You can do this yourself, but I absolutely don't recommend it. And I absolutely don't recommend using a cell phone, no iPhones, no Androids. I do recommend hiring a professional real estate photographer who knows how to showcase your home's best angles and lighting. Real estate photographer. Quality photos and video can attract way more buyers and lead to quicker sales. The reason why is because, I mean, if you have ever been in any of these homes that we sell, we make these homes look fantastic, and you are going to want your home to appeal to as many buyers as possible. That should be one of your main goals. Multiple buyer potential, not just one. So you need to make sure that your pictures look great. Wide angle lenses, high quality pictures, don't skimp. I'll say it again, don't skimp. Step 5, create a compelling listing description. Write a detailed and engaging listing description. Be sure to highlight the key features of your home, including any recent upgrades, unique architectural details, and neighborhood amenities. Be honest and accurate in your description to build trust with potential buyers. Don't just say nice 3-bedroom house, call me for more information. That's not a description. Also in the description, if you'd like potential buyers to have the ability to email you, be sure to include that somewhere in the description if you want to share it. Sometimes buyers would rather email first to ask a question or questions. Not everybody texts, believe it or not. Step 6, market your home. Tell your friends and neighbors. Put up your for sale by owner sign. List your home on Zillow and social media to reach a wider audience. The more exposure your home gets, the better. I also encourage the use of video in your advertising. Once you go live on Zillow, the phone will begin to ring most of the time. However, what's going to happen very often is you will get calls from real estate agents who want to list your home. In fact, I highly suggest you get one of those cheap throwaway phones with its own phone number for just this situation. Now keep in mind, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Many real estate agents are going to call and say they have a buyer. Can they come and see your home? And you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, geez, that sounds great. I'm willing to pay out to the buyer's agents, if they bring somebody and then you let them in your home and then they try and get your listing, and or turning that appointment around into a listing presentation, and they may not actually have a buyer. And I know I absolutely hate to even say this out loud because this is just not a great way for agents to do business. However, if you are putting your listing on Zillow, which I absolutely recommend, you have to market your home, right? And an agent calls you and says that they have a buyer, you just need to stop, take a breath, and be sure to just ask a few questions before you let them come to your house. Now, I am absolutely not saying the agents are bad in any way, shape, or form. They're just doing their job. But don't believe an agent who just says they have a buyer and they're gonna sell it to their clients. It may just be a way for them to get their foot in the door. So be aware. But with that being said, Zillow really is the only website I recommend to use to push out your listing online, other than social media, if you're for sale by owner, that is. Step 7, host open houses and showings. Be prepared to host open houses and individual showings. Schedule them at convenient times and ensure your home is always clean and presentable. Provide potential buyers with all the info they need and be ready to answer their questions. If an agent is showing the property, I suggest leaving. But I know that can be difficult when you're selling on your own. So if you stay during the showing, just try to remain objective during a showing. Keep emotion out of the sale of your home. And the best way to do this during a showing is to remain physically in the background. If a prospective buyer makes a negative comment regarding your home, it's way better to counterbalance this point of view by illustrating the positives of the home rather than becoming defensive. I know it can be difficult. Be sure to pre-qualify your prospects and don't waste time entertaining buyers who can never afford to purchase your home. Step 8, negotiate offers. When you receive offers, review them carefully, then review them again. Be sure you absolutely understand what you're signing. Consider the offer price, contingencies, and closing timeline. Don't be afraid to negotiate to get the best possible deal. You might want to consult with a real estate professional to help with this process. In many cases, agents working with buyers will prepare paperwork and hand that over to you. You'll be agreeing to everything once you sign off. Step 9, handling the paperwork. So, selling a home involves a lot of paperwork. If there is no agent involved, you'll need to complete a purchase agreement, disclosures, and other legal documents. It is wise to hire a real estate attorney to ensure everything is done correctly to avoid any legal issues. Some realtors will also help put contracts together, obviously for a fee. Once you're under contract, often there will be an inspection period, usually around 10 days here in our area or as negotiated. If financed, most of the time, not always, there will be an appraisal, which is the bank's way of letting you know they'll lend you the money on this home based on this value. Don't forget the appraiser, though, works for the buyer's lender, not you as the seller. Also, depending on the type loan and dwelling, a structural engineer may be involved to evaluate as well. Step 10, close the sale. Finally, it's time to close the sale. The process involves finalizing the paperwork, transferring funds, handing over those keys. Your attorney or title company here in Florida can guide you through this process and ensure everything goes smoothly. In conclusion, to analyze whether or not you will ultimately end up ahead by choosing to sell for sale by owner, you'll want to consider the fact that most buyers use a real estate agent about 90% of the time. And this is when you might have to decide whether to offer compensation to a buyer's agent or not. As for sale by owner, be cautious as buyers are typically looking for a deal or may just want to lease purchase your home, owner finance, or maybe investors who are possibly interested in it to maybe flip it and will need to make a profit if they buy your home, etc. Offers from these type of buyers will often, not always, but often net you much lower in the long run. If you take on selling your own home, ensure you're thoroughly ready in all areas, promotion, deal making, property assessments, tours, and legal matters, and consider what it will cost you to effectively market your home and assemble all necessary materials from the for sale sign to any contracts. Lastly, what price will a buyer offer you as a for sale by owner minus your costs? And is that net price higher than the price an experienced, proactive agent could net for you minus his or her commission? Well, there you have it, a step-by-step guide to selling your home without a real estate agent. If you have found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Have questions or need assistance? Reach out to me directly anytime, no obligation. My phone number and email is right here. You can also ask questions in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck with selling your home.